Well, that's more like it. Yordan Alvarez inserted in the lineup, and he goes deep. That's right. Cam Smith went deep as well. Framber Valdez, 7 scoreless innings. The first time the Astros won when he's on the mound in August. Let's talk about the keys to this win right now.
Yainel Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Locked On Astros. I'm your guy, H-Town Wheelhouse. Thank you for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is an amazing app. You got to download it today, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Remember, Game Time is where it's at. Look, I'm Brett Chansey. You know me as H-Town Wheelhouse. Myself and Eric Heisman, my co-hosts, have been doing this together since 2020. Have been doing this some combined 10, 12, 18 years. I've lost track. The point is, the Houston Astros are our ride or die. You guys make this show great. And look, after a frustrating loss and a frustrating game the night before, the Astros totally redeemed themselves. Well, maybe not totally, but we're going to talk today in this show. The Astros winning for the first time in August with Framber on the mound. Did Cesar Salazar have something to do with it? Yordan Alvarez's first big hit back. Cam Smith also rounded the bases. And we're going to talk about Dana Brown's comments, just focus on one thing he said on the Sean Salisbury show. So no Eric today. You're right. He is not here today. He worked a 12-hour shift. He was dog tired. He was texting me and he said, I have got to hit the sack. So he will be on tomorrow night solo. Tomorrow night is a game night for me because not only do I teach at school, but I also coach. We have our first volleyball game tomorrow night. I'm excited. I just hope that I have prepped my girls enough to go out and get the game 1 victory. So without further ado, let's get started. Well, the Astros win tonight against the Colorado Rockies. And you say, of course, Wheelhouse, why is that a mystery? Why is that so relieving? Well, did you watch baseball the night before? It was pretty sad. And with the Seattle Mariners winning today versus the Padres, you had to get that win. And I wanted to look at the box score because everybody was freaking out because Cesar Salazar was called up. And nobody had seen Yainer Diaz. Well, Yainer Diaz was on the field. He was going through pregame stuff. He just didn't start today. He didn't play. He's actually up not because of Yainer Diaz, but because of Victor Caratini is on a 7-day concussion protocol. And Salazar came in and, he caught the entire game. He caught the entire game that Framber Valdez pitched. Framber is now 12-7. He's pitched 7 scoreless innings, 5 Ks, and only 2 walks. He was good, Framber, tonight. And I know it's the Rockies, but this guy has been struggling. I mean, let's look at Framber's ERA through the months of this year. It is staggering how bad it's been. Back in April, it was 4.97. He was 0-3. Then you remember the Astros went on that 13-game win streak with him on the mound. He had won 10 of those 13 games. His ERA dropped all the way to 1.74. His whip in May was 0.95. His whip in July was 1.40, and it shot up to a 1.52. Now, the reason why I mention whip is because the whip is a better indicator of how the pitcher is doing. His ERA, 5.64. I mean, he has just had a really bad August. And up until today, his first 5 starts in August, the Astros had lost. So he comes out, good Framber shows up, and as always, well, not as always, and as it would go for the Astros, their offense picks them up. This is a good sign. You need Framber in the right mode. You need Framber going in the right direction. We've seen Framber do it great in the playoffs. We've seen him clinch World Series games. We've seen him flub playoff games. I mean, we have seen him go up and down. This guy, and I have told you all this before, but I'm always reminded when I went to the first ever game that I covered as a, I guess, sports journalist or podcaster or whatever you want to call me, because apparently to some organization in this town, I'm only a podcaster. Okay. But the first team that I covered was AAA Round Rock Express when the Astros AAA was in Round Rock, and Framber was on a rehab assignment. Carlos Correa was actually there, and Framber had been sent down, and this dude was sweating bullets. He had walked like five batters and like a 7 or 8 batter stint. It was insane. And I remember my son, who's 17, when he was 9, looked at me and he said, Dad, why does the pitcher look so nervous? And I was like, I don't know, son. He's a professional. He shouldn't be nervous. He said, I don't think this guy has a lot of confidence. That was my 9-year-old talking. Now, fast forward to 2025, we've seen the ups and the downs. We've heard the story of Framber Valdez and the sports psychologist. And I think ultimately there are a lot of things that go into not only his delivery and how it is repeatable, but it's not. Mike Stanton's talked to me about this a lot. His delivery, when he's too amped up and he's hitting 97, 96, 97 constantly, his baseballs are going flat, okay? When he's got the movement and he's got the swing and miss stuff, that's when good Framber is on the mound, and you like to see that. Tonight was just a phenomenal performance, the kind of performance you want to see out of Framber Valdez with 17 swings and misses. Now, he was countered by Mr. Chase Dolander. Could it be like Verlander's evil twin? Dolander had 15 swings and misses. Look, say what you want about the Rockies, but Dolander topped out at 99.2 and up during this game on multiple pitches. He's a guy that has held a lot of opponents to a really low scoring scores against him. And I'm wondering, is this a guy that the Astros want to try to get out of Colorado and grab sometime in the future? But Framber Valdez with 17 swings and misses, you absolutely love to see it. I mean, he was dealing tonight. He threw 40 sinkers. He threw 36 curveballs. Basically, 76 of his 99 pitches was the sinker and the curve. He did throw the changeup 17 times. He threw one four-seam fastball. One. That's it. He got 10 swings and misses on his curveball, 4 on his sinker, and 3 on his changeup. Great outing for Framber Valdez. You love to absolutely see it. That's right, man. Teacher, coach, podcaster, content creator, Astros fan. Did you miss anything? Oh, and I'm chief content officer of Wheelhouse Media Company. So I'm also part owner in my own media company as well. So, and I work part-time at Lids. So yes, basically I'm Jamaican. I have so many jobs, but without further ado, I want to start off with talking about our first sponsor of the night, and that is our friends over at Upside. Let's hear about them and the great value it is to grab Upside, because man, it can really save you money. I want you to download the Upside app today. It's free with the promo code SEASON. That's SEASON for a 25-cent per gallon bonus. You heard me right. Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year from just buying the gas you already needed. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime at your bank, PayPal, e-gift card from Amazon or other brands. So right now, by using this code for limited time, season, SEASON, you get 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's promo code season. Offers may vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for making Locked On Astros your first listen every single day. We appreciate you guys. And look, last night we got a little testy, didn't we? We got a little, we were a little hot under the collar. Y'all were telling me, Brett, why aren't you more upset? Why aren't you mad? And I'm like, why am I going to be mad? I know what this team is. I know who they are, and I know who they can be. At the end of the day, boys and girls, this team is only going to go as far as it allows itself to go. And at the end, in the third segment, I want to address some comments from Dana Brown, because I think he really believes what he says, but I don't know if a lot of fans are going to buy into what he says unless there's proof in what is being said or what is going on. The Houston Astros just come out today, and Yordan Alvarez has himself quite the game. I mean, think about this game that he just had. Not only did he hit a home run, okay, but he had 2 walks. And I think in my post game, I think I said he had 4 walks, but he had 2 walks the night before. The guy scored 2 runs. He had 2 RBI. He had a hit, and he had 2 walks. So it's 4 walks in his first 2 games. This guy is collecting bases. He had 4 bases tonight. I mean, he gets 2 walks. The Astros didn't have a whole lot of opportunities, but they made the most of it. 7 hits, 4 runs. Now, they did score the 1 run early. You would have loved to have seen them get more than 1 run across in that first inning. That was a little frustrating. Christian Walker striking out. Christian Walker 1 for 4 tonight, not looking great at the plate. That guy has to come around, plain and simple. 235, he's got to come around. But Yordan Alvarez getting off the snide, hitting his first home run since April. Dead center, barely over the wall, but I'll take it. A center cut changeup that was left hanging. He took advantage of it. Air Yordan has taken flight, and you love to see that. We need more of this. But someone asked me today, Wheelhouse, do you think that Yordan Alvarez can carry the Houston Astros into the playoffs? That's a yes and no answer. Yes or no. Yes, he can, and I'll tell you why. And that's right, Susan. What does 4 runs equal? A win. That's right. 4 runs equals a win. The Astros simply win when they score 4 runs or more. That's the magic number. Our number 3 pitcher is Jason Alexander, and for right now, I am okay with that. So why would I say yes on Yordan Alvarez carrying this team? Yordan Alvarez can carry this team if the rest of the lineup hits and follows suit. That's a big if. Isaac Paredes, your offensive leader, your RBI, your home run leader is done. He's out. He's not coming back. Jake Myers starting to do some rehab stuff. But are we really looking for Jake Myers to light it up? Now, you notice the lineup today. They did the right, left, right thing. But more importantly, they put Pena, Alvarez, Correa. Then Sanchez. Sanchez was 2 for 4. But they put Pena and Correa in between Alvarez, or Alvarez in between those 2. If Pena can get on consistently, and they know Correa is going to get on consistently, I mean, look, Alvarez is going to see some pitches, but he's not going to see pitches. He's going to continue to walk a lot if the guys around him cannot hit. Now, the answer could also be no, Yordan Alvarez cannot carry this team. Why? Because if the team around him is not hitting, who in their right mind is pitching to them? I love listening to the Rockies commentators. I went back and listened to it, and the Rockies commentators were talking about, he was going to play in Sugar Land, but they were on the road, so he was in Corpus. Wow, he hit the ball a ton. That ball's deep. That ball's far. It's gone. Yordan Alvarez did his first home run since April, and man, that guy can hit. And they just were, they were in awe. Everybody in the league knows how great Yordan can be. And this team is only going to go as far as the offense takes it. The pitching can do their job. Now, let's go back to the first half before we get to Cam Smith. In the first half, you had pitchers overachieving or doing superb, almost perfect work, in the offense doing enough. Can the offense come in to these last 28, 29 games? And can they win enough and put enough together in order to be that team that gets hot going to the playoffs for a deep playoff run? Dana Brown talks about that, but I don't want to hit those comments until the third segment. I see y'all commenting. I wish I could interact with y'all a little bit more tonight, but I am flying solo, so it's a little bit hard for me to focus on what y'all are saying and to keep my mind going straight. But again, Cam Smith comes in 1 for 4 tonight with the home run. A much-needed home run from Cam Smith. This kid has been going through it. He has absolutely, literally, the last 30 games, 150, a 220 slug. This kid, if anyone's going through the dog days of summer, it's a 22-year-old rookie who a year ago was playing NCAA baseball. Okay? Cam Smith has absolutely been grinding. I cannot imagine the mental grind that he has been through. He literally, in May, 307, in June, 303, July, 214, August, 153. Ladies and gentlemen, in June, his OPS was 848. His slugging percentage was 494. And his on-base percentage was 354. Those numbers have sadly gone backwards. 443 OPS in August, 237 slug, and 206 on-base percentage. I need Cam Smith to hit more than 214, but I don't have to have him hit 313. If I can get Cam Smith at 280 or even 270, I'll go down to 275. Then that can be a contribution. Brett, can we get another passionate and motivational speech again today? I'll see what I can drum up at the end, because you know what? I'm going to tie it into, I'm saving Dana Brown's comments later on. It's been a long season, boys and girls, and it has been tough to weather some of this, but all through this and all in all, I have to say this: no matter what's gone on, this team, for whatever reason, and you can say they don't belong there, but for whatever reason, they have stayed in the top 3. They are literally 73-60 now. Okay. They still remain a game and a half above the Mariners. Why? Because the Mariners won. The Mariners and the Astros are both 4-6 in their last 10 games. Okay. Oh, look out. Here come the Rangers. They're 68-67. Maybe I shouldn't joke. They did score like 20 runs today. They can score runs. That's the thing that's crazy. The Rangers are plus 80 run differential, right? The Astros are only plus 18. Heck, the Mariners are only plus 25. But tops in the American League, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the 2 top teams. Now that's run differential wise. The Detroit Tigers plus 92. So when we look at the American League, the Tigers 78-56, the Blue Jays 78-56, both tied, and the Astros behind them by 5 games, 73-60. And when we get to the Dana Brown comments, and if they can do what they say, what he believes they can do, then the Astros have a shot at getting the number 2 seed. Before we go on, we are going to look at our friends, and we're going to talk about our friends over at Game Time. They are one of my favorite sponsors that we've ever had, because I personally use them. If you haven't used them, you should. Let's talk about it right now. Man, Game Time is an app that you have to download today. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your purchase. Your first purchase. Terms do apply. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live. There's nothing like the energy, the crowd, and Yordan hitting his first home run since April. But actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Okay? Logging in, screens, surprise fees, it takes the fun out of it. But that's why I use Game Time, the app that gives me the advantage. I'm the fan. I want the advantage. Game Time is fast, easy, and backed with the Game Time guarantee. You always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. That's right. Priority is this, that the fees are included. You know your total up front. There's no hidden fees. And honestly, it's faster, cheaper, and less stressful than any other way that I've used to buy tickets. Download the Game Time app today. Create an account. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go download Game Time today. And we're going to ask you one more thing. The listener survey is out. It is requested of you, if a loyal listener, if we want to hear what you have to say. Make your favorite podcast even better by telling us what you like, what you want to see, what questions you want answered. What do you think about our advertising? Go to lockedonpodcast.com/survey to get started. Everyone who completes a survey will be entered for a chance to win one of 10 $100 Amazon gift cards. Again, that's lockedonpodcast.com/survey. You can also find the link in the show notes. Thanks for helping us out. So, boys and girls, let's get down to it. What did Dana Brown say? What did Dana Brown say? Dana Brown on, and I'm only going to mention a few things, okay? He said, you're going to go down a downward spiral. You have to make the fewest mistakes when you're doing that, okay? He basically said, what just happened with the Astros is what happens to every team. You go on a spiral. The question is, can you course correct? Can you pull out of it? You know, I mean, gosh, I hate to mention something so tragic, but when Goose and Maverick got in the jet wash on the original Top Gun and they went into that flat spin, they could not get out of that. And so what happened? They crashed. Goose passed away. Rest in peace, Goose. Maverick lived, had to live with that his whole life. The Astros have to keep out of a tailspin. They have to keep out of the jet wash. You see what I did there? Of the guys like the Colorado Rockies, the Anaheim Angels. I mean, all these teams that aren't great, that are eliminated from the playoffs. And they've got to course correct and make sure that they are going in the right direction. So some of y'all said you wanted a motivational speech, so I'm going to try my best to give it to you. Now, Sean Salisbury, to his credit, does ask a lot of tough questions. He doesn't hold back from Dana. He's not disrespectful. He toes a really professional line. I really enjoy his conversations with Dana Brown. I'm actually kind of jealous that he gets to interview Dana Brown and not me. One of these days that'll change. He says that, so Sean Salisbury did this. Let me set this up. Sean Salisbury said, is this team capable of going on a 20-9 run, a 19-10 run, a 30-10, like, can this team go on a run where they like win like 20 or 30 games or 20 games of like a 30-game stint? And this is what Dana Brown said. He said, yes, we're capable of going 20-9. We need to go on an 8-game run. We need to go on an old-fashioned win streak. And with this lineup being really good, we can do that. If we do that, we win the division. If we win the division, we will make a deep playoff run. So that's what Dana Brown said. Dana Brown said this team has what it takes to go on a 20-9 run. Now, Todd goes, Sean has horrendous baseball. Look, no. I understand what you're saying about the football mindset. I do like his interviews. I do like his questions, okay? 18-11 run, whatever it is. Basically, when I heard Dana Brown say, yes, the team can do that, okay? This is what I think Has to happen. Dana Brown goes into the clubhouse and he says, you know what, guys? We brought back Carlos Correa, World Series champion from 2017. We've got a kid in here named Cam Smith who has gone through the ups and the downs of the season. We have Diesel on the mound and we have LaGrassa. We have two of the best pitchers in the league. We've got a back end, even though Josh Hader may be on the shelf, we've got Brian Abreu. We brought in the man, Kimbrel. And I know some of y'all may think, yeah, but Craig Kimbrel, what? And then you got our guy, Yordan Alvarez, back. You got Jeremy Pena having a career year. And Jose Altuve, you know what happens when he gets in the box in the playoffs. So the only difference between us and winning or getting us from here to winning is if you just simply don't do your job. You have to get up each day and lace your shoes up, get to the batting cages, show up early, find something to motivate you. I mean, heck, I don't care if you got to picture someone's face on that baseball. You need to hit that baseball and don't swing at every first pitch. Give the pitcher a chance to fail. Give the pitcher a chance to screw up. Go out there and don't make bad base running mistakes. Don't take off when a guy cracks his bat and leaves his handle in his hand. Go out there. Do it. You've got one shot. We've brought this team together for a reason. We want to keep y'all here for years. But until you get your heads out of your proverbial baseball rear ends and you stop letting these crappy, cheesy teams come in our house and beat us, ain't nothing going to change. You may have your playoff prowess. You may have all the rings. You may have all the trophies, but nobody gives a rat's behind about any of that because you've got to prove yourself now. Have you heard the Yankees talk about their 27 championships? How many have they won since 2009? Not a single one. They went to the World Series last year and absolutely failed. So don't talk to me about our past because all we have is today. And after today, all we have is tomorrow. So it doesn't matter about 17 or 22. What matters is what we know you have the ability to produce. And if you go out there and you give it your damnedest, and you go out there and you give it your all, and you play smart baseball, there's not a team out there that can match what this team has. There's not a team out there that roots for their fellow players like we do. We have a clubhouse culture that people talk about. We have a clubhouse culture and an environment that people try to recreate. And all those booing you hear, they don't boo you for the past. They boo you because they're scared of the future. They boo you because they're scared of what you can do to them now. So you rest on that. You stand on that. You know who you are. And you go out there and you just simply snatch the souls out of the visiting players' dugout. Send them packing. Make them never forget that they played the Houston Astros. Now go out there and kick some ass. That's what you do. That's what you do right there. Now, does it work? I don't know. Does it work? I've seen it work. I mean, I know how to motivate athletes, okay? But Dana Brown or somebody needs to go in there and just give them a little talking to. It's a great win tonight. Do you think that's enough? You excited about one win? They just beat you for the first time in 11 years in this stadium. You surely aren't going to give up a series to these guys. These dudes are losers. They've lost 93 games. They're a bad baseball team. That's what you just got to throw. You've got to leave it all on the field. And I'll tell you this. I think that each team that faces the Astros knows who they're facing. And I do think that teams are more motivated against the Astros than a lot of other teams. But the Astros have got to stay within themselves and go out and perform like they know how to perform. At the end of the day, I have no idea what's going to happen. The potential, they could go to the World Series. If you get to the World Series, you got a 50-50 shot of winning. I like my odds. Okay? I don't think it's going to be the Dodgers out of the NL. It very well could be the Padres. I don't even know if it's going to be the Brewers. They just lost their closer for a few weeks. I mean, The baseball world can turn upside down in 2 weeks, boys and girls. 3 weeks. The team I'm most concerned about in the AL is the Boston Red Sox, not the Tigers, not the Blue Jays. But it's not about who you face. It's about what you do when you face them. And not to quote Rocky, but it's not whether you get knocked down, because you're going to get knocked down. The question is, what are you going to do and how are you going to respond when you get knocked down? That's what it's about. Because nobody cares to hear your story while you're laying on the ground crying, going, oh, we've been so injured. We have so many guys out. Nobody gives a crap. Nobody cares. So you have got to come together as a family, as a unit, and be H-Town strong. If you're really built for this, you better start winning like that. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse. This has been a great show. I hope you guys are feeling a little bit more positive than last night. I know it's what I needed. So tomorrow night, Eric Heisman will be here. He'll be solo. I'll be out on the volleyball court trying to cheer my girls on to victory. So you know what? Y'all have a good one. My name is H-Town Wheelhouse. Eric the Man Heisman is my co-host. We are Locked on Astros, and no show does more. We are your team every day, and thank you once again for helping us reach 15,000 subscribers. And as always, go Stros. I'm out. Now I got to try to go to bed after that. Good Lord, I'm hyped. Let's get hyped.